While everyone's chasing Rolex and Omega, certain Seiko watches are quietly outperforming them. A vintage diver that cost $60 in 2013, now worth $500. A discontinued green dial watch up 48% in 3 years. And there's one under $600 right now that could double before 2027. I'm showing you 5 Seiko watches actually going up in value, the hidden gem nobody's talking about yet, and what to avoid so you don't lose money. Let's dive in. Number 5. SB033. Let's start with number 5, the SB033. Original retail price around $600 when it was in production. Current market price between $600 and $950. And here's the kicker. Seiko discontinued this in 2018 and confirmed there's no direct replacement coming. So what makes this special? This was originally a JDM exclusive, meaning it was made for the Japanese domestic market. The finishing quality on this watch rivals Grand Seiko pieces that cost 3 to 4 times more. I'm not exaggerating. Put them side by side and you'll see what I mean. It's a minimalist black dial that works with everything from a suit to a leather jacket. Clean, elegant, versatile. The kind of watch that collectors call a one-watch collection if you're on a budget. The investment angle? Prices have already moved, but if you can find one under $700, that's still solid value heading into 2026. The discontinued status and JDM heritage give it staying power. Where to find it? Secondary market only since it's discontinued. Check Chrono24, eBay, and watch Reddit.
Forums like Watch Exchange. Number 4, Vintage 6309 Turtle. Number 4 is where things get really interesting. The Vintage 6309 Turtle. Let me paint you a picture. In 2013, you could pick up one of these vintage dive watches for barely $60. Today, they're selling for $400 to $500. That's a compound annual growth rate of 17% over 12 years. Think about that, 17% annually. That's better than most stock portfolios. When Seiko reissued the modern Turtle in 2015 with the SRP7, it put a massive spotlight on the original. Collectors suddenly realized this was part of what they called the holy trinity of vintage Seiko divers. The investment reality, that 17% growth rate, is unmatched in the Seiko lineup. If you want vintage dive watch heritage without dropping $10,000 on a vintage Submariner, this is your play. Where to find them? eBay, Yahoo Auctions Japan, and vintage watch dealers. But be careful, condition matters, service history matters, and authenticity is critical. Budget for a full service if the watch hasn't been maintained.
Number 3, Marine Master 300. Coming in at number 3, the Marine Master 300, specifically the MM300 series. Price range, you're looking at $2,500 to $4,600 depending on the model, and they're up 15% year over year. The top model right now is the SLA 081 limited edition. Retail was $4,600 and it's already trading at $4,400 to $4,800 on the secondary market. From 2000 to 2015, serious collectors called this the Rolex Submariner killer, and honestly, they weren't wrong. You get an 8L35 high-beat movement running at 28,800 vibrations per hour with a 72-hour power reserve. The case is one-piece titanium rated to 600 meters. The build quality is absolutely bulletproof. But here's what changed. It stopped being compared to Rolex and started earning respect on its own merits. Modern versions are selling for $3,000, while vintage originals command similar prices, which tells you the market has stabilized and matured. This is low risk with strong long-term retention. It's not going to double
Overnight, but it's not going to crater either. Think of it as the blue chip stock of the Seiko dive watch world. Where to buy? Seiko boutiques, authorized dealers, or the gray market if you're hunting for discounts. Number 2, SHB017 Alpinist. Number 2 is the watch that started the whole Seiko investment craze for a lot of people, the SB017 Alpinist. Original price when it was in production, $450 to $500. Current market value, $1,200 to $1,800. That's a 48% appreciation for new examples between 2021 and 2023 alone. Pre-owned pieces still went up 29% in the same period.
and it's showing 10 to 15% annual growth with no signs of slowing down. Why is this exploding? 4 reasons. First, that iconic green dial with the compass bezel, it's instantly recognizable. Second, Seiko discontinued it in 2018 and hasn't released a comparable replacement. Sure, they have new Alpinist models, but collectors will tell you they're not the same. Third, JDM Heritage. This was originally a Japan market exclusive before it went global. And fourth, cult status in the watch community. This is the watch that launched 1,000 collection photos on Reddit. The limited edition blue dial version, the SPB089, has actually tripled in value since release. If you find one under $1,500 in good condition, buy it immediately. This is the Seiko equivalent of a discontinued Rolex reference. It has the pedigree, the scarcity, and the community backing. Where to find it? eBay, Chrono24, and watch forums, but verify authenticity carefully because the popularity has unfortunately attracted fakes. Cocktail time model selling below retail. The SRPB41 Blue Moon retail for $525, but it's trading at $360 to $420. Beautiful watch, bad investment. Modern Couture collection, $250 to $750 range, showing only 6 to 8% growth, which barely beats inflation. The rule: if it's mass-produced and currently in production, it's probably not going up meaningfully. Chase discontinued models, limited editions, or vintage pieces with provenance. So here's the bottom line. The Seiko market heading into 2026 offers something rare: genuine investment potential without Swiss luxury pricing. Your best plays: the King Seo SPB287 at $1,500 for modern quality, the SB017 Alpinist if you can find it under $1,500.
Vintage King Seiko under $600. If you found this valuable, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below. Which Seiko are you targeting for 2026? Are you going vintage or modern? Let me know your strategy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next